Today is March 8th and it is a beautiful day. It's going to be almost 60 degrees, partly sunny, and I am in southern Ohio getting ready to do some scouting on some public land. I'm actually down here for three reasons. One is the scouting. I got a nice buck last year off the property I'll be scouting, but there's a lot of it that I don't know anything about, and so I want to get more familiar with it because you can't always sit the same tree all the time. So I'm going to do that. And then another reason is I'm going to shed hunt, obviously. Being the fact it's early March, I'm hoping I can find some sheds. I live in Michigan, and shed hunting on public land in Michigan stinks. I rarely find sheds. So I'm hoping I have a little bit more success down here. And then the third reason that I'm coming down here is GuardPro reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to test another one of their cameras with a solar panel, and I said absolutely, of course. I'll always take a camera from GuardPro if they want me to test it. I love GuardPro. I've loved them for, 4 years, long before they reached out to me to be an affiliate. So when they asked me, it was a pretty simple answer. Anyway, they've sent me a new camera. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, so I'll do it when I get there. Hopefully get it hooked up to cellular service and put that somewhere in the woods when I'm out here. So it's about 12 o'clock, and I'm 4.5 hours roughly from home. But today is daylight savings, so it actually gets darker an hour later now. So I have even more time to scout and walk. So we'll see what happens. But I'm expecting and hoping to have a really good time today, just being out in the woods. God's great creation. Normally on a Sunday I would be in church, but it just worked out that today was the day for me to do this. So I've watched my church service online, and now I'm getting ready to go do some scouting. All right, I feel like I'm getting out here later than I wanted to, but I'm out here a little after 1. So I don't have camera service where I park, so I had to go about 3 miles away to a higher spot so I could set up the camera, which I did. Very easy to set up. And honestly, I had it set up, or as far as in the system, in about 30 seconds. You scan a QR code and boom, it's in there. But it takes a few minutes to actually activate. But that's done, it's activated. So I am now finally out here, and there's rubs all over the place. Not a big one, but there's some up there. I saw a bunch back over there. Anyway, I'm not going up that hill yet. I'm going to go to the other side of it and work my way up essentially that valley, or the, ravine, gully. I still don't know what you call it. But I'm going to work my way up because they're bedding up in between two ridge tops, and they're coming down, or at least it appeared last year, they were coming down into the bottom, and they're bedding somewhere up in between the two. And I just want to go up in there and see what I can find. Hopefully some antlers. But we'll see. I'm hoping to walk a long way today. Come on, that's stunning. That's so beautiful. How can you not just enjoy being out here climbing these hills? I say hills intentionally because I said mountains in my last video, and I got a local all worked up that I would dare call the mountains instead of hills. Technically, they are the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. So there. Now whoever's watching this doesn't have to get all upset because I did call them hills, not mountains. Absolutely beautiful. All right, now you can see a little bit better. You can see there's like a bench there. Comes over here, there's a bench there. And then you can see it goes up, but actually, if you go another 50 feet elevation up in here, you can see there's another flat spot before it starts to go up. And I think they're just literally bedding on these benches up in here. And there's lots of them. There's tons of them. So, and they can just literally sit there and watch this whole, I mean, halfway up the other side. You can see all the way up there. Obviously in the fall, there's a lot more leaves. You can't see as far, but still, they're using the terrain to their advantage. Eyesight to see down, and the wind at their back. So beautiful. You know, I can't just go back down. I got to go up to that next bench and see what that looks like. It's a sickness. I can't help it. It's like you just can't help yourself. Once you see something in the deer woods, you have to go investigate. It actually looks like it maybe at one point there used to be a trail or something through here. I'm sure the deer are using it, but let's go up to the next one, see what we got. All right, you can see I'm kind of on the next bench, and then you can see actually how far it goes up after that. There's no more benches, it's just the top of the hill. But you can see here, it's not super flat, but there's flat spots all over where these deer could lay in and still see, again, way down there. I mean, I can see all the way down to the bottom, and I can actually see even movement up on the other side if I was sitting there paying attention. So in the winter in particular, you definitely could see up there, but in the in the fall, you're not gonna be able to see all the way up there, but you still could see well below you and get out of here if there was danger. But I don't know if this is a smart choice or not, but I think I'm going to just follow this bench here and just keep looking down and seeing what I can see down there. I think that's the plan. I just follow this, see where this leads. Look at that, I'm halfway up from the bottom. There's a big old nice pool of water that's going to keep deer drinking for a while. I'm assuming it probably dries up at some point in the summer, but that'll be here for a while. That's not shallow. I'll give them some nice water to drink. That's a scrape. Right here on this bench. I went down to the lower one. You can see another drop off right there down to the bottom. But yeah, I'm on this bench right here. There's a scrape. I should go up to the top of that hill and get my rope that I left up there. Oh my, the rope is still there. They were scraping all in here. Not tons, honestly, but enough that I was able to get my buck and some other nice ones on here. So I'm gonna cut it down, take it with me, and then head all the way back to where I just came from. It's crazy to think on these thousands and thousands of acres, I'm probably the only one out here. Including the deer. I don't think there's deer out here. I haven't jumped anything that I've seen, but still pretty crazy. You can be all alone out in the middle of nowhere, enjoying God's creation. All right, you can see it goes down on that side. That's the side I came up on. Now I'm at this ridge top. And I'm going to go down. You can see the other ridge top over there. I'm going to go down over there, and I just want to see what's down in there. That actually opens up. It's pretty big down in there, and I just want to see what's down for sign. Again, you can't hunt the same tree every time, so I want to have multiple spots in this area. And this is just one area. I mean, this property is thousands of acres. It would take absolutely years to figure out, but if I can figure out, 500 acres of it in a couple years, that's probably all I need to do. There's clearly big bucks in here, and so if I can do the 500 acres or 400 acres where I can hunt it efficiently and on the right winds and all that stuff, then that'll help me be successful, hopefully year after year. Look at this trail right up there, down through here, right there. That's crazy. That's the most defined trail I've seen in the woods here yet. I'm going to follow it down, see where it goes. That's a good track right there. Whatever it was, that's a good buck. You can see I'm not at the top, but basically it's like a saddle here, and it drops down big time right there, and then it goes up a little bit right there, but they're coming down right through here. They're going right up through there, so right above where the ditch drops off, and right above before you get to the very top. So it's like they're not on the actual saddle between the two ridges. They're just down 60, 80 yards from the actual saddle, cutting through here. I'll probably come back in the summer and put up a camera here just to have it sitting here for the just to see what comes through. I love my Hunt Stand app. I love all the features that it offers me, and I'm always looking at the satellite, but honestly the one I use the most is the terrain feature, where it's giving you really kind of more of the lay of the land. But honestly, until you're actually in here and get boots on the ground, it's still impossible to really know what it looks like. Obviously, even if the terrain feature is relatively accurate, you don't know what's in here as far as blowdowns and just trees and prickers. There's a lot of them in here, but there's just a lot of things that a terrain feature can't, and even a satellite can't show you, and you have to get in here and actually look. And apart from the fact that this is beautiful in here, which doesn't help you kill a deer, there's just a lot of terrain features, benches all the way down through here, through this bottom that I'm going to go down there, that deer could easily bed in here and see down through the woods what's going on. So I needed to get in here and take a look, and I've already found some possible spots, which is good. It's just a matter of game planning and when would I hunt them, morning, night, time of year, etc. This is a ridge system. It's pretty thick up in there. I've walked the other side of it, but I hadn't walked this side, and I wanted to see what's going on. I'm sure they're bedded up in there, and they're probably coming down out of there at night, working their way down to the bottom. I want to get right at the bottom and see what there is for sign. But you can see even up in there, at least I can see, I don't know if you can tell with the camera, but there's like little benches even up inside there that they can just bed up in there super thick, and they bed in there and look down in here, and they're completely protected. That's the other side. You can see it's coming down. I want to get down in there, see what's going on down there. Yeah, there's a rub. Look at that. That's been rubbed on for a couple of years, clearly. But that's a good rub, and that was a good buck. Look at this. Look at what I found here. Clearly there was some sort of mineral there. They dug a hole. Maybe there's a trail camera. It looks like I'm not the only one that likes the spot. It's all right. There's plenty of room for all of us. Look at how deep that is. Whatever he had there, they liked it. Crazy. This is actually why I was coming over here. At one point, something rubbed this a long time ago. Big buck. So you can see I'm on a bench here. That's where that camera is. It drops off there. But there's a bench right here, and that's where that camera was, back in there. Set it up right on this bench. There's a scrape right here down near the end of this bench, and there's a scrape here. Surprise, surprise. Alright, I decided not to go to the spot that I was originally going to go to put up my camera, and I am in a new spot that I've never been to before. But alright, I walked to a completely new spot. I don't know, there wasn't a ton of sign, but I don't know that there ever is a ton of sign in the mountains, honestly. I don't know enough about them, and to me it seems like you have to hunt or place cameras based on terrain setup more than you do sign. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to basically right near where I shot my buck. Hopefully I get some cell service, but I did last year because I checked. I'm actually going to be up a little higher elevation in an opening, so I'm hoping that helps. But it's about 5:30. I just checked when sunset is, and it's at 7:30. So I think I have plenty of time as long as I don't lollygag around. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, camera's up. I'm going to put some sticks and stuff around it to help hide it a little bit. But to help sweeten the deal, I put a little mock scrape right there. See if they'll come stop by that and sniff around. So I may just, if as long as my battery's good, I may just leave this thing up till hunting season. I don't know. We'll see. But this is how this looks right now. I'm going to put some sticks around it just to kind of help hide it. Alright, it's up. I elected not to really put any more sticks around it. First of all, there will be plenty of time for deer to get acclimated to it, but my luck, the wind would blow or something like that, and it would get some stuff in front of it. And I'm 4.5 hours away, so I'm not interested in that. We'll just do it like this. It is up off the ground a little bit, so hopefully that helps. And then the solar panels up there, I used gear tie to get it would be nice if they come up with another system, and I'm certainly going to reach out to them and let them know. But it would be nice to have some sort of strap system, even for the at least an option for a strap system for this solar panel. But it'll work for now. It's actually, believe it or not, it's actually pretty solid. So it shouldn't really go anywhere unless a squirrel decides to go to battle with it. All right, well, I'm getting out of here. I'm starving. So you can see the trail, and there's some tracks in it. But I shot my buck right over there, basically right there. And there's a scrape right here. Lord willing, I will be back this coming fall.